Hello, good morning and welcome back to Artist for a Day. My name's Al Greenall and here's a brand new video for you guys. I asked myself the question, what is it I really would like to do with my creative life? And I think we all ask ourselves that question. What is it we really want to do that we haven't already done? There might be a long list of things, travelling, ideas for projects, all sorts of crazy things that may or may not happen in some way or another. But I came upon that there was really only two things that I've never really fulfilled that I've always thought I would love to do. One is to make a children's book, and the other is to make films again. And it occurred to me that because of the way technology is going right now, and also the way that you can self-produce and self-market and self-publicize, that I can actually maybe do both of these things. So what are the limits? How do I even start? Well, a book can be anything. I think just a children's book is so important because it can be so simple and yet so fascinating and be understood by anybody, children and adults. If you make something for adults, it can't really be understood that easily by children, or it can, but it can be quite confusing. And I like the idea of setting those parameters. So I thought I'd dip into the idea of what a children's book could be, or how I could make something like that. So let's have a look at some of those ideas and explore them a bit. Alright mate, yeah, stories, I've got loads of them. What do you want? I've got one about a bus that lives on a bus, who drives a bus. Not for you? Alright, I've got one about a weasel who can read. I've got one about a dove that can do mathematics. I've got one about two people who go for a walk and realise that they're actually swimming on a boat. I've got one about a fish who eats dinner and then he eats fish for dinner and he gets all upset about the pollution in the planet. Not for you? Alright, I'll come back later. I'll tell you what about one about a bloke called William Shakespeare, who writes loads of books about loads of people, and he gets really famous and then everyone thinks somebody else has written the books. Not for you? Alright. Kids books. One about a blob with no eyes and no mouth, and the blob is nothing but it's everything because it's a universe and you can ask it anything and it's called Blobby the Blob. No, alright. What about one about a blue sky? A blue sky where anything can happen and you wish and then things happen and everybody's happy. No, not for you, too formulaic. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'll have to try harder next time. Why is it me telling you how to write a book? Write a book yourself. Right, I've got a phone call to make. I'm a busy man, alright? Yeah, alright, yeah, you're alright, yeah, you're on a table tennis court. Yeah, I know. And you're looking happy, and I'm going to tell you something really bad, so you look sad. How's that sound? See ya. Well, that was enlightening. That's given me a lot to think about, and I'm not even sure where to start or if that's made that easier or harder, but it's definitely got me on the path. The other thing is film. I made films a long time ago. I have a degree in film, but I always treated it as an extension of an art form, like painting or like making music. It always had these narrative arcs and structures and pockets of crescendo and quiet, and it was never really conventional film, and I don't see why I can't make more like it. Put it up on YouTube, get it out there, show it to you guys. I mean, what would that film even be like? What would the film I want to make be like? It might be a film about wanting to make film. I don't know. I mean, there's no hurt, like, trying to have a look, is there? Wowzers. Well, I wasn't expecting that, and you probably weren't either. Has that made things more easy, more difficult? I have no idea where to start now. But I have started. And I think that's the important thing. I think there's a lot of people out there using Instagram and YouTube, and it makes me think of sort of punk philosophy of printing magazines yourself, stapling them together and getting them out to people. Maybe that's the way to go for a children's book. Just make something and give it to people and see what they think of it. Maybe that's the way to go with making a film. I mean, the majority of people making films and books make zero money. So I might as well start from making zero money and do something interesting with it and see who likes it. As long as I'm happy and as long as the people seeing it are happy, then job done. Follow along. I'll update and post when I've got some new ideas and some new products and some new information with all of this. And thanks so much for checking out the videos. I really, really appreciate it. Subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Blobby da blob.